We are back. Welcome to Carving Out Your Best Life. I am Will.
And I'm Pamela.
Today we will be talking about our recent trip to Portugal and Spain, about the advantages or the differences between hotels versus Airbnbs. Right, Pamela?
Absolutely will. So I'm going to talk about how I went online, and I can be very obsessive when I'm looking at places because, we all want to stay at places that suit our needs. And so I can't tell you how many hours I spent searching, but in the end, I'm going to recommend booking.com because I found their rates to be the best based on other booking parties online, and never had any problems booking, never had any problems paying, and it was great.
Yeah, it was great. And I have to say, since she did everything, I was just sitting somewhere, did other stuff. She came up, oh, I found this, I found that. And we were debating actually at the beginning, how should we go for Airbnb or should we go to hotels? I'm usually a little bit more the cheaper traveler, so I'm a little bit more frugal, and sometimes she calls me cheap, but I try to save money. But when she came up with the idea, well, let's not do Airbnbs, we go
Well,
off
let me
sea.
just say why I said not do Airbnbs.
Okay, say it.
Okay. So our last trip pre-COVID was to Panama, South America. We decided to do Airbnb, and it ended up being a very terrible experience with our
Yeah.
hostess who lied about a lot of stuff, showed false pictures, and that's a long story which should be told in another date.
It was not a host. Our host, it was a hostage.
Yes, that's true. It was more like a hostage.
Anyway,
Anyways, well, that's another video because that's a very interesting story. But I didn't want to take a chance on having a vacation ruined where we were going away for a month again. So I said, you know what? I'm going to check out and see what hotels cost, and I'm going to find the best rates I can for 4 and 5 star hotels. And I have to say I lucked out. I don't know if it was because of all the research I did, but all the hotels that I found, the rates were between 90 and 100 euros a night on the average. I don't know whether you think that's expensive for a hotel. If you look at hotels nowadays, I think that's fairly inexpensive, especially for 4 and 5 star hotels. Those hotels, you have to keep in mind, were probably, I don't know, a third or a quarter of the price. They probably would be like in the summertime in Portugal and Spain, where it's like super busy and vibrant, where it was less busy when we went.
100% agree. And I was actually, at the end of the day, I was happy that we choose hotels instead of Airbnbs, because we drove all over the place. So we had a rental car. If you want to check out our other video about the rental car, how to rent it, and the advantages. So we drove all over Portugal and even over to Spain. So we were on the road. We had like 3,000 kilometers done by the time our vacation was over. So, you got to imagine you have an Airbnb, you got to go shopping, you have to buy coffee, you have to find, you're going to be tired, you have to find a grocery store, to get stocked up. And therefore, it was so amazing. We had 5 star hotels, 4.5 star hotels. They had a spa. We had an amazing breakfast with all the hotels.
And
So
if I can just chime in, when I was looking at booking hotels, you can put your criteria in, which is amazing. So I would always put in parking was important because we had a car. So had parking in there, and I would put in free parking so we could save money on the parking if we could. Although with a couple, it didn't work out that way, but that was fine. The parking was $15 a day, so that was okay. Put down a gym because we still like to work out when we're on vacation if we can, especially when you're eating a lot more decadent food, including desserts, and you're drinking, lots of
Lots
beer
of
and
tapas.
wine and cocktails and tapas, and I could just go on.
It
So,
was so yummy. I want to go back.
like, what can we?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was gym. Um, uh, they had a gym. I ticked that. If they had parking, that was another thing. And also, breakfast included saves you a lot of time and money where you don't have to, go out and find a place that has breakfast. And we lucked out because most of the hotels that we stayed at had a great breakfast. I don't know if it's just Portugal, but it was like outstanding.
It was truly truly amazing. So I can only recommend go to these hotels. If you go to Portugal and you go off season, it's worth it because we did the math. And if you consider everything you have to buy, and then you have to pay a cleaning fee, and all together, it came actually at the end of the day, it came out to be more expensive to be in an Airbnb with all the hassle you have to do on top of it. So therefore, like Pamela already mentioned, we had a spa, we had like an amazing breakfast, we had an amazing service, we had to do nothing. And so it was really good. Saying that, I put like 4 links down in the description. Check it out, guys, if you want to find these hotels we stayed in. I couldn't do all of them, but if you want to know more or know more hotels we had booked, just drop a comment below and we will give you this information, or if you have any other questions in regards of that, just let us know, drop a comment below and we will follow up with you guys. I put 4 links in the description for a hotel like in Porto we loved. Then we loved the one in Lisbon, amazing hotel, a boutique hotel you found. Then we had one in Albufeira and one in what was the last one? In
And
Sesimbra,
it's
which
a
is
Simbra,
yeah,
which is like an old fishing village.
yeah,
Yeah.
amazing hotels. Please to check out the links. That we are not affiliated, we just love them so much. So I hope it helps you guys, right?
Yeah, because totally would recommend those hotels, and the staff were super friendly and everybody spoke English.
Yeah,
So it was easy to communicate and get information from
it,
if we needed it.
in general,
Yeah.
Portugal, you won't have any problem. You're gonna feel like home if you're from Canada, UK, or US. Every English-speaking country is like zero problem. So you don't need to speak Portuguese. So you will know have you won't have a problem to communicate. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, and if I can just add in a pro tip, when you're paying for the hotel when you arrived, they'll ask you how would you like to pay. Avoid conversion fees. Use euros always as an option when you're paying, whether you're paying with your credit card or your debit card, because you'll save a lot of money.
Exactly, because you have what Pamela is saying. You have when you type in whatever, you put your card in and it gives you the option. Do you want us to convert the currency, or do you want to pay in euros? I always choose euros because you get a better rate. So because in that case, your company, like credit card company, will convert, or your bank. Also, another pro tip, just to wrap it up, if you go to an ATM and you take out money, always let your bank convert. The ATM will ask you, should we convert it to euros? No, just type in, you want your bank to convert it. That saves you, they can save you by, out of $500, can save you $100. Just always let your bank convert the currency.
Yeah, and those are great tips. And I can just add another tip when you're booking the hotels. They do a lot of read all the reviews, because reviews are really important, especially when it comes to things that are important to you. Like, for example, the breakfast, the gym, the rooms. And just thought of something else that's actually really important is that when you're staying in a hotel that has a gym, a really nice spa, like the hotels we stayed in, the spas were like amazing. Sometimes there's fees. Some of the hotels that we had the links, the spas were free. You could just go use them. But the one in Aberfur, we had to pay for the spa, and it was €10 a day per person. And it was absolutely, I'm going to tell you, the spa was like a 5 star. People who live in the area also come and they have memberships or they pay to use these spa facilities. So €10 was like nothing. That would cost you probably $100 a day to go for a day spa here in Toronto.
Yeah.
And so just look out for that in case you haven't budgeted and you get there and you're like, oh, geez, I've got to pay for this. So I knew ahead of time that we had to pay for all this stuff, and we were willing to. And so, anyways, that's my last tip. And now let's wrap this up and
wrap it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
As usual, comment below if you have any further questions. Just write it down, and we're gonna answer your questions, and we're gonna help you out as much as we can. And also, please like and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, and it helps the channel to grow.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
And our next video, which will be coming up, will be on all the restaurants that we found in Portugal and Spain.
And the amazing tapas.
Oh my God, yeah.
Very
and
good.
The wine tastings we did, and all the port wine. Could go on and on. But anyways, and also versus being bored and not going out to a restaurant and choosing a grocery store as an option. And we'll let you know how that worked out.
That's right. For now, we're out. Like and subscribe, and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.